One Tech economy, One Tech television once again has to bring the economy talk about repercussion and the consequences of absconding your duty in economy, no matter who you are, whether from the down to the top. Today I'm gonna tell you several things that are happening in our economy. In the previous episode, we did talk about the danger of commercialization of basic needs and how it accused theater of madness in day-to-day lives. So as I am starting, remember the question we did ask: where does the money come from? The money in your pocket, the money in the other one pocket. And remember we said that the money is tools of exchange. And I want to tell you that my relationship with you is economy, not politics, not religion. All those are aside the show. But my relationship with everybody else is economy. For that is what keeps me going and you going. To make me your client, I make you my client. So, when you abscond your duty, your economy duty, it is like a gear wheel missing one piece. It accuses a lot of noise, like the one is happening now in many democratic countries, especially Kenya. Remember, as I told you earlier, there is a law that governs money in central bank. And the guys who monitor, those monetary institutions, those international monetary institutions, they are very serious people. They are like draft player. They are like chess player. They keep their eye open. You make a little mistake, they take advantage of you. So, many did not understand, and most of institutions did not teach about those monetary rules. What is happening? The people did not remember you must export more than you import to be allowed to print enough money, which is a sign of your economy is developing per population growth. What happens is, all those problems finally, when you start experiencing low circulation of currency, you start turning to each other. Oh, you are the one who is accusing me to suffer. You are the one who is accusing me to suffer. Then a demagogue politician would come and tell you, oh, it is that tribe, it is that tribe, it is that tribe. No. The reality is exchange of currency. The variation of currency. You can go to strike as a worker, but if there is no more export, where do you expect the money come from? Money exchange in the world has a rule which favor no one except the winner. And here it is a case where the winner take all unless he feels mercy for you. Now, let us look at the repercussion and the consequences when you abscond your duty in economy. I was reading newspapers the other day, and I saw even secured estate now they are being invaded by criminals. Where we thought you could, when you get rich, you can go to live. Why? Economy pressure. And I also did read about a daughter of a senior officer killed by a crazy matatu driver, squeezed in between. Similar case, my friend who used to be advertiser of Moro Milk here in Kenya was squeezed some years back. A student of university was also squeezed by, say, at the city center, just near where the daughter of a senior police officer died by those Mweki Matatus. This is telling you what? People have quit to be human. They are just thinking of terms of making money easy. You might be there working hard to educate your children. They go to good school, you know, that age of schools. They do well, they get employed. But one day, they are walking in town where those children who could not afford the education, whose parents could not afford their education, are roaming freely, didn't even grow, doing any crazy they can. One day I was studying at a bus that's here at central Nairobi, and I saw a boy sniffing glue approaching people who have lined to take buses to home, and he would interfere with even girls or clean men because he looked very shoddy and they is very dirty, so they are fearing him, they are wearing suit at the time. And the other people could not interfere. Then from there, you go at the encounter, an accident, you are taken to hospital, unconscious. You are told, wake up, you tell us your number, NHIF number. You might not get treated in time because you may not have paid the insurance. Even as insurance, most of the time, they take time to pay. Unless you are a premium, you are affording premium insurance services. So there is no escape route when you abscond this economy duty. The repercussion and the consequences will still catch up with you. Remember, as go round the sun, and the moon go round the earth, it make earth rotate. So when you abscond the duty, tomorrow it will come back to hunt you, just like because every wheel go out. There is no wheel that go and forward, or wheel go straight, very quick. And for that, what you do today, you will come to encounter it, then tomorrow. So many people have lived this life of you steal, you have to get stolen. This type of economy is very dangerous because it have no discipline, it have no responsibility, it have no respect. So energy, knowledge, and the wisdom, they go to waste. You always have to take the chance you have to do the right thing, even to your employer, to make sure he expand and absorb more people to come and work and reduce idlers and criminals, minded people, for you to enjoy what you are paid for. Otherwise, you still encounter those things. Say, when even security force might not help you because they are also facing similar crisis, the one you are facing. And the more tough they are, the more tough their crisis will be. For that reason, here comes a time you have to look the future. You know, example of Kenya economy is operating with around 7 trillion. All of them loan. And remember 1 trillion is for repaying loan. So you are operating with 6 trillion. And there is 27 million adult people. Each one needs money in his pocket. So you are fighting for that little money. There is also their children and their grandchildren, adding up to almost 50 million people. So when you have scored your duty economically, you also accuse a lot of problems. And that is how one owner of the chain of supermarket, which did develop a few months ago, about almost a year now, was asked, why did your chain store did fail? He answered, he said, my work we are not honest, we are stealing, little by little, they collude and switch off the security apparatus, such as CCTV camera. What happened? Finally, they did fail. The supplier suffered the loss. And everybody else has to understand it's a real problem. And there was a real problem. Because they lack teaching of the repercussion and the consequences of the problem which will come in the future associated with what we are doing today. One Tech Channel TV on YouTube is trying to bring reality to you, looking wherever you are, whoever you are. The repercussion and the consequences come direct or indirect. The other day I was also reading newspaper about a lady who was pushed out of Matatu by a crazy Matatu driver who was chasing. The Matatu driver wanted to make profit. The lady went in Matatu after negotiating fare. And the driver inflated the fare. Once again, causing conflict. The lady died and got buried. The driver, we don't know whether the security force has got away, had got up with him. And when people experience this kind of problem, many of them, they end up running either to witch doctors, other to the religion institution. But on life in here, you realize the reality is very bitter, because they try to tell you unrealistic thing. Yet the problem lies here between balancing import and export, which is just like balancing what comes in your pocket and what leave. It is just like what get in the water reservoir and what leave. Same way is the way economy operates. So the third law at central bank, which is used by international monetary institution to monitor money circulation, it will catch up with you. So it is a time, a very good time, to start doing the action to sustain good, to bring good economy and sustain it. I was once in the United Kingdom and I saw what they do. And then I was also in Holland and I did see very disciplined people who know how to make sure that everybody is busy. There is no chance for you to stay idle or to live without income. And when you live without income, the government take care of you so that you don't die when the winter comes. But when here you play market trick with taxpayer money, the repercussion and the consequence will still catch up with you. Remember, we did talk in the previous episode about commoditization of basic needs: health, education, shelter, and food. Any government which is not making sure its citizen does get this thing, it get in trouble. No matter how you write the constitution, no matter what you do. And that is why even constitution should be brought to down to be written by taxpayer, so that they can develop economy per population growth per capita. We have seen many nations which try to obscure the role of economy, and they try to print money without profit of export. One country, an example was Zimbabwe. There was a time when Zimbabwean dollar was 40 Kenya shillings. When president of Zimbabwe got involved in a neighboring country, conflict of minerals, Zimbabwe economy started experiencing criticism. What happened? Their currency was devalued. They could not export more than they were importing. After few months, Zimbabwe dollar was being exchanged. 400 Zimbabwe dollar to 1 Kenya shilling. This thing happened. That was about 1 American dollar, 10,000 Zimbabwean dollar, until they started using foreign currency. Now, you can see how the economy can turn bad when you are not using the economy policy. What I am trying to make you understand is the importance of making sure that each and everybody, energy, knowledge, and the wisdom is not going to waste, and is well balanced with respect, responsibility, and discipline. Where when you leave school, the government will have a job for you so that you can get money to start your life. And that is what even was happening during African tradition time. Young men were brought up together until they are helped economically by the Yayonda. So now, you can write to us. My number is 074 393 1834. We can train your worker how to respect their job. We can also train a student, especially those who are studying economy, business, and commerce, to understand their role in economy. Thank you so much. This is One Tech Television on YouTube.